I'm Jonathan Chimento. I'm a senior at the Build SF. Ever since I was a kid, I always started with trying to change the way furniture and things like that were designed. I didn't like how inefficient things were. Nothing seemed to serve its purpose correctly. And instead of continuing with that and thinking of industrial design, I started looking more into buildings and a bigger, broader picture.
Build San Francisco is a unique partnership between our organization, the Architectural Foundation of San Francisco, and the San Francisco Unified School District. We provide the space that you see around us here, all the technology, software through partnerships with companies like Autodesk and IBM. And the school district provides the teacher and the students so that any student that is a junior or a senior in San Francisco high schools can apply for the program. And our interest here is improving academics. We're not just in the business of training architects. We want to get a wide range of students and really introduce them to the city.
This is a Revit design for a condo building, and you can see all the lines, etc. And the real thing that's amazing about these objects is not the two-dimensional aspect, but the three-dimensional aspect. Everything in AutoCAD you design ends up three-dimensional.
The important component I think that really makes us unique is that in addition to the coursework, every single one of our students does 2 afternoons a week in an office in a mentorship position. We work with nearly 30 firms here in San Francisco that are some of the biggest in San Francisco, which makes them world-class design firms, construction, engineering firms.
How are you today?
Pretty good, you?
Well, Johnny, who's going to CCI General Contractors, and they're one of the contractors on the Academy of Sciences, came into the program pretty sure he wanted to study architecture, and he may still follow that profession. But we put him with a general contractor, and he's now very interested in project management and understanding how there are people who organize the projects rather than just on the design side.
So Jonathan, what we're doing here on this bid, Patrick and I are just putting together a small bid for across the way at the design center. So we're just going through the line items and double checking our pricing.
What we want to do is to expose them to our daily life and what we do so they get an idea of whether it be estimating, whether it be job site meetings, or whether it be billing or accounting, or whatever we do during our particular day. We try to bring them into that process, and we try to do it in the context of a single project rather than spreading out over many projects so they get an idea of how a project flows.
It was so great to see the roof, like before all the plants kind of came in. And
the Academy of Sciences was a unique project. We did all the exhibit work. When you go down to the B1 level, which is the exhibit level for the Steinhardt Aquarium, we did everything that you see there.
so great to watch them fill it up. They do all the testing. They have coral that they were growing here, on site and at the Howard Street location.
It was very interesting going to the Cal Academy. I got to see not only a lot of what went into the main building, but I got to see what went into the backstage where people work in their offices that help support everything that goes on in the building.
Just looking at the protection and how we've got our plastic and how close we're working to a workstation really explains the work relationship and the patience and the cooperation that we've had throughout the project.
Is that the denim insulation?
That is the denim installation. Levi Strauss.
So, is this becoming a big thing, or is this one of the ones?
This is new to me.
When I was there, it was cool. They had some of the denim insulation left out, so I got to actually hold it. And one of the things is that with normal insulation, I couldn't even get near it. It's unhealthy, it's bad for your lungs, but the denim insulation there's no chemicals in it, so it's safe.
The industry has kind of been teetering towards green building. Probably for the last 5 years, it's become, quite a bit more apparent, and it's just going to become more and more so apparent with, natural resources dwindling and landfills filling, and also the job market. There are not as many jobs out there now as there were before, and it really kind of provides a venue where a lot of careers can be developed, and there's a lot of, opportunity for growth.
We've got the temperature-controlled blinds and the temperature-controlled windows, and the light sensors outside that control the lighting throughout the building. So this building is really almost operating itself in the sense that it's using solar energy to operate.
I've been collecting all this, how did they make it green? What did they use? And not only for in the future, but for right now, the high school design competition is something I'm going to try to compete in soon. And it's for all high school students that are interested. You design a building, and this year we have to make it LEED certified. So I have to figure out what can I do to make it energy efficient? What can I do to make sure that there are green materials, that habitats aren't being destroyed? All of these things I have to know and use in my building. Now leadership in energy and environment development. What does that really mean? It means green buildings. So LEED is actually just a third-party rating system.
We also want them to understand that the academic work they're doing with us and at their high schools are going to be extremely important if they want to get into these fields. And it doesn't matter if they're going to be a carpenter working on a job site, or a steel worker doing high steel, or if they're going to be doing the actual design work in an architecture firm. That academic work is going to be the key to get there.
10 years from now, I'm not sure exactly where I see myself, but a few places I've imagined might even be with CCI, General Contractors, which is the construction firm I'm working at now. I've developed a relationship with them, and they said, if you're interested in coming back to intern and work here, that's definitely an option.
I sometimes think of myself as ticket master. We have these students who are coming here and they need a ticket to a wide range of opportunities. And if we do our job right, they'll get the right ticket when they leave here.